Hello, doing a quick recording here, Fortnite Chapter 2, Season 2. We are playing on a GTX 1070 paired with the Intel Xeon E5 2650v2. The visual settings that we are playing on here today are known as Pro settings. We're playing 1920 by 1080p, and I guess we could play epic view distance and everything else set to off or low, all at 1920 by 1080p on DirectX 11 there. And yeah, we're just going to be testing out the performance here in Fortnite. And yeah, I do have MSI Afterburner running there in the top left-hand corner of the screen, so you can keep an eye out on the CPU and GPU usage, along with the frame rate and frame time graph just below that. It might be a little bit hard to see. It is over top of the name tag there. But hopefully you will be able to see that frame rate counter there. We're at about 170, 180 FPS if you're looking in the right place there in the top left-hand corner of the screen. We are playing the Team Rumble game mode. This is a little bit different than the normal solo/duos, but the reason we are playing this is mainly just for the end game scenario. I know a lot of people like to play Fortnite competitively. You may be one of them, and yeah, this is just going to demonstrate the end game scenario of what kind of frame rate you can expect when you're in like those very, very busy situations. And yes, it is May the 3rd here, May the 3rd in the evening, and yeah, so they did bring back lightsabers to Fortnite, which is pretty interesting. It's kind of weird, but I mean, hey, I like the lightsabers, so I can't complain there whatsoever. Yeah, what we will do here is we will build up a little bit. I'll show you it's really smooth to build. Yeah, it's one nice thing about this 8-core CPU is that everything builds really smoothly. You can edit also very quickly. Obviously, if you know what you're doing, it'll be a lot easier. Well, we can just reset that. I've not played Fortnite in a while here. There we go, that's an edit. But yeah, we're just going to die, take fall damage, and rotate. Oh, I guess we were pretty close to the zone there. Alright, we will be dropping into the zone. We're just going to be waiting for a lot more players to spawn in here. But yeah, with the GTX 1070, you can play most games. Actually, pretty much all games 1080p max settings, close to like at least 60 FPS. Most cases probably 120, 140 FPS depending on the title. And of course, not every setting has to be on epic settings, as I do know, for example, you can play Fortnite epic settings, but you can definitely turn off those shadows. It still looks phenomenal, but you'll get a little bit better FPS. We are playing on the lowest settings here, just to test it out for fun. I like the lowest settings. They just give us the best frame rate possible. Of course, it is not the be-all end-all of what you should be running here on Fortnite, but it's just an option. Okay, let's see. I don't remember how to fight these. Wow, we just got obliterated there, or just destroyed, obliterated. I don't know. But yeah, again, this is the Intel Xeon E5 2650v2. For those of you who are not too familiar with this Xeon, it's from the Ivy Bridge generation of CPUs, so it's from the same generation as like an i7-3770. So it is a little bit older. It's from about 2013, 2014 kind of era there. Let's see if we can't pick him off with our laser-like aim. Doesn't look like it. We might be able to snipe him, but let's see. No, we definitely don't have what it takes. We'll see if we can't chase him down a bit. Out in the open here, frame rate not too impressive here on the lowest settings. That's one drawback of going with the Xeons compared to like a new system, is that you're not going to be able to push like 250, 300 FPS per se, but you can easily maintain at least 100 FPS average, and in most cases it's going to be quite a bit higher. You can't shoot him off the boat there. Perfect. Pretty decent timing. We will want to reload our weapon. But yeah, solos, duos, your frame rate's going to be a lot higher. But yeah, a lot of people did request in the previous videos to have the, I guess like the competitive kind of endgame scenario tested. Basically, Team Rumble gets that job done, and there's also respawns, so makes it easier for me to do these tests. Alright, we're sitting around 100, 120 FPS. Very... I think what is our GPU usage? About 40%, so nothing too impressive there, so it might be worthwhile playing with some higher visual settings. Alright, no one's in the boat, but someone must have jumped out for sure. Here, let's see, we're just going to continue moving along. You can see in the frame time graph, it's very, very smooth and consistent. Our 1% lows are going to be really good. Where are we getting shot from is my question. Alright, looks like someone is dropping down here. The lightsabers, they do a lot of damage, but they aren't OP. Alright, let's see if we can't drop back down in here again. See right now, kind of 120, 144 FPS. If we're going off to the side of the map here, frame rate will be a bit higher, but as we go closer to other players, of course, it does go down a little bit. Nice thing, 8 cores, 16 threads. It will never go below 60 FPS, generally never below 90. But yeah, we'll just continue doing the recording here, and you can make a decision for yourself of what kind of frame rate. Wow, I thought these lightsabers were better. Like, who knows? These Jedi Knights clearly don't have the best weapon of choice. Alright, we're going to land in again, continuing. You can see the frame rate, kind of same deal, very smooth, very consistent. I have worked with a lot of these systems in the past. Generally, I'd pair something like an RX 570 or a GTX 1060 with it. And yeah, like the 1070 can easily pair up with this graphics card, especially if you are looking to play like AAA title games, maybe even like a Call of Duty or Battlefield. GTA easily can run that game. But yeah, when you are playing it with different AAA titles, it will, yeah, that's where the 1070 will shine. Or if you are going to be playing on like 1440p, looking for like 144 FPS, then you will be able to make better use of that 1070 video card. I mean, the card's aged really well. I think it came out 2016, yeah, I think it came around end of 2016 from what I recall. I think this model that I'm using here came out, I got back in like 2018 or something, but this is nice. We just jumped up. But yeah, having those 8 gigabytes of VRAM, it's still a really good card here in 2020. I'm really happy using it. Even like an RX 570, I think it's the base kind of graphics card you'd want to go with here in 2020, and then the GTX 1070 or going with a brand new 1660 Super is also a solid option. But yeah, again with the VRAM, it makes it it makes it very relevant here to play games still. But I mean, hey, when the GTX 1070 was first released, it was very expensive, so no wonder it's aged pretty well here. Let's see if we can't spot any more players. Alright, looking over the map at everyone else, you can kind of see 100 FPS there, 120. It did dip to like 92 for I think half a millisecond, but yeah, based off this, I'd be really confident that you will get very good frame rate in like a competitive game. Alright, let's kill him. Interesting. Looks like we picked him off. But yeah, this is definitely going to run really smooth here. If you don't want to go with like a GTX 1070, you can always pair something like, again, like a 1660 or 1660 Super. Those are also good options that I'd recommend to pair with something like this. As well, because the CPU does have those 8 cores, 16 threads, it does give you that option to do 1080p 60 FPS live streaming while gaming simultaneously. Mind you, you will have to adjust your render settings, but I mean, hey, you'd have to do that on whatever system you're streaming on, unless, I mean, you have one of those new Threadripper machines. Alright, let's see if we can't find anyone around here. We're just going to practice building a little bit. I mean, our building is absolutely horrendous, but you'll just get an idea that it does build pretty smooth here. There we go. There we go. My building is not, it doesn't have any, there's no kind of like thought behind how I'm building out, but it's just to show that everything built really nice and smooth there. Alright, moving along. We're just going to climb up here, see if we can't spot any more players dropping in. Come on, can we hit a shot? I know, it always sucks when you have to watch a recording where the guy clearly looks like he can hit him, but just doesn't hit him. Just like that. Alright, perfect. Eliminated. We will reload our weapon there. Just gonna swap that over. Yeah, I think this will pretty much conclude our recording. We kind of tested out in the open here. Nothing like, I don't know if this is too demanding of a spot on the map here, but overall this should give you a solid idea of what you can expect in terms of performance on this GTX 1070 paired with the Intel Xeon E5 2650v2. And of course, if you guys have any questions, you're more than welcome to reach out. Yeah, I'm just going to see if we can't finish them off. We can't. Yeah, but anyways, thanks for watching.